At the beginning of each year, I always make a list of New Year's resolutions. Yes, I still do them, and yes, it's incredibly cheesy. Since we're approaching the end of 2024, I decided to take a look back on that list and see if I accomplished any of them. Watch more anime was something I didn't really do, so I decided to dedicate some time to checking that box off. Your Name has been on my watch list for quite some time. I didn't know much about the story, but I did know about its success. Released in 2016, Your Name came as a surprise to many. It wasn't released by Studio Ghibli, and it wasn't a part of an established media franchise, yet it soared to the top and became one of the highest grossing anime films of all time. It received widespread critical acclaim and resonated with audiences for its story, animation, music, and themes. The film catapulted the director to international fame and established him as one of the most prominent figures in anime. Some reviews have even called him the new Miyazaki. Your Name has also turned its studio into a massive player in the anime industry. So like I said, I'm trying to watch more anime, and when I was asking my friends for anime recommendations, pretty much everyone said to watch this movie, but a few friends said something that caught my attention. Watch Your Name. It's not the best of the best, but it's definitely an important one. That statement confused me. How can this film, that's apparently not the best of the best, soar to the top and become one of the most memorable animes ever? Let's talk about it. Disclaimer as usual, these are just my opinions. Feel free to comment yours, just remember to be respectful. So what is Your Name even about? Your Name is the story of Mitsuha and Taki, and what happens when they suddenly start switching places. Mitsuha lives in the country and is dissatisfied with her life. She's trapped in traditional family expectations, in a strange relationship with her father, and challenges of fitting in with her peers. One day, a very frustrated Mitsuha yells into the sky that she wishes to be a handsome Tokyo boy in her next life. This is when we're introduced to our second protagonist, Taki. It's made clear to us that Mitsuha is inside Taki's body, and we begin to see what his life is like. Again, in Taki's body, Mitsuha explores the city and different foods. She goes to Taki's job, bonds with a waitress who acknowledges that he's acting a bit different. The two now are back in their own bodies, but don't remember what happened. Their peers are questioning them and giving them side looks, but nothing jogs their memory. They begin to use diary entries on their phones to keep in touch and to keep track of what happens when they switch bodies again, which, by the way, this happens like a few times in a week, they said. Mitsuha is low-key thriving in Taki's body, having the experiences that she's always dreamed of. Taki also seems to be having fun, but the film is a lot more than a body swap comedy. Halfway through, there's a whole switch in tone and storyline when the body swapping suddenly stops. Confused, Taki begins searching for Mitsuha, only to reveal that Mitsuha and her town were wiped out by a comet 3 years ago. Taki desperately tries to reconnect with Mitsuha to warn her. Through their supernatural link, he does. With the help of some friends, Mitsuha rallies her town to evacuate, but in the process, their memories of each other fade, and in the end, they're left with just the faintest memory of each other and a desire to find each other. This is me keeping it brief. There's obviously a lot more that happens in this movie, but I won't go into full detail. In researching this movie, a common criticism that I've seen is that the connection of the two leads are unexplained. As much as I respect other people's opinions, hello, welcome to this channel, I do disagree with that take because it is actually explained, just not directly. This leads us to another important theme explored in the film, the legend of the red string. According to this myth, everyone's pinky finger is tied to an invisible red string that will lead him or her to another person with whom they will make history. Despite their situations, circumstances, and distance, two people are connected. This string may get tangled or stretched over time, but it never breaks. The film visually shows this through the ribbon in Mitsuha's hair, but it also shows this through the bond of the characters. There's an ongoing theme of Mitsuha and Taki being completely apart, different locations, ways of life, and plot twists, even periods of time, but they still have this inexplicable yearning for each other. It only intensifies as their memories fade in the second half. To me, this was the most compelling part of the film. Emotions and memory versus the passage of time itself. The spiritual and emotional connections are intertwined, making them soulmates who are unable to reach each other. And I believe that this emotional depth is what makes this film stand out from the rest. We've seen the concept of body swapping so many times in media throughout history. It usually comes in the form of a comedy or one random Disney Channel musical. Your Name definitely leans into the comedic element a lot, but the comical bits are also balanced by soul-searching connections. How love perseveres, even if the characters don't remember being in love. I also found the film very inspiring through its characters. If I could describe Mitsuha and Taki with just one word, it would definitely be active. Even just in the beginning, when they're simply switching bodies, they're always trying to get to the bottom of what's happening. They're asking friends, looking through their phones, like trying to get any sort of clue. But it becomes 10 times more inspiring when their memories are fading. Even when we flash forward to like the time jump and they're in their adult bodies, they're just simply living their lives. Taki's trying to get a job, but he's still searching for something. And that adds so much tension and also hope. There are obviously a lot more elements that make the film stand out. Like on a technical side, how involved the director was in the creation of this film from the beginning, or the beautiful music that elevated every single act, the lighting, the camera work, like it's a beautiful film. But for me, the moment that stood out to me the most and became my favorite part of this film was this. Hola. My heart dropped. At this point in the film, Taki and Mitsuha have met, but they have a time limit, which adds a lot of tension to this moment. They're quickly trying to write each other's names on their hands so that they don't forget each other. But it's too late. But it's revealed to us that instead of Taki writing his name, he chooses to write, "I love you." I thought about that scene for a while after. If Taki chose to write his name, I think there would be a lesser chance of it being memorable. No offense to Taki, that's a great name to have, but writing "I love you" expresses something deeper and more meaningful. Their love that transcends time, distance, and memory. It leaves Mitsuha with a feeling that expresses more than a name ever could. At its core, Your Name is about a bunch of different themes. Love, identity, fate, connection, and depth beyond our physical bodies. Mitsuha and Taki come from completely different worlds, but their emotional truths are what connects them and us, the audience. Even though some of us watching may not understand their language, I think we can all understand the longing for connection and the desire to be seen. And I think that's all I gotta say, so thank you so much for watching. Again, these are just my opinions. Feel free to comment yours, just remember to be respectful. I swear I'm gonna be focusing more on YouTube from now on. I created a Google form to hear your feedback on my videos. I'm gonna link it down below, so please, 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 please fill it out. I really want to improve the quality of my work, so your feedback is very much appreciated. You can give me tips on editing, tell me what kind of videos you want to see, and recommend me shows or movies. And follow me on Instagram and Letterboxd to see what I'm up to and what I'm watching. So yeah, subscribe if you want. Have a great day. Bye.